Welcome back, guys. This is part 2 to our trick and treat series, and with me here is...
Did you say trick or treat, or did you actually say it right this time?
Yes.
He said it right. Everybody give a round of applause to LegenLarry. And yeah, I'm Angela. So you want to get this party started?
She's also known as the book druggie. So
yeah, my YouTube.
Follow her on Twitter, on the tweet machine, and the U-boobs.
What?
Okay.
I feel it.
It is a day like any other. So normal that it was almost painful.
That voice sounds like it's painful. I vote that you use a different narration voice and save that for Axel, because you're gonna go mute by the time we're done with this one.
I'm okay.
The only special thing that could be said about it is that it's October 31st? 31st. That's.
Far were the memories when I was a kid and went out with my friends to ask for sweets from house to house.
Sweets. Just remembering it made me sigh. I feel nostalgic. Some things were better when I was a child, or at least seems like that.
There were some who had good costumes, whether of superheroes or monsters.
Under my bed. My friends and I, on the other hand, had to use our imagination.
Creativity was our costume, you could say. No matter how funny it could sound.
Let's see how funny it could sound. Creativity was our costume! Like that.
Creativity.
I remember that my mother once painted red my face. I remember that my mother once painted red my face and told me, "You will be the devil."
We'll be mute by the end of this.
I know.
But it seems only she saw it that way. When we went from home to home, everyone said I was a tomato man.
Tomato man.
I brought the freshest produce.
He had the ripest, roundest,
plumpest.
But those things didn't matter to me, since we always had a good time.
If I ask for Yeti now, even if I had the best costume, I'm sure no one would give me anything.
Except perhaps a scolding for acting like a child when I'm 17 years old. Okay, pause. I still went trick-or-treating until I was like 16. So...
I'm 26 and I still go trick-or-treating.
What? Oh god.
But anyway, I can't stay in the past.
I must live in the present, no matter how little exciting that might be.
Back to reality.
Oh, there goes gravity.
We are a group of friends who don't have any plans for today. We're smacking each other's rooms.
We are still not old enough to go to a disco. How old is this game? Going to the disco. You can't see it, but Larry's...
Is there really a requirement to go to a disco?
I don't know. When I think of disco, I think of literal disco, which you guys can't see, but LegenLarry is totally breaking it down right now.
Guys, Is there an age requirement? Leave a comment
Well,
now.
he said he's not old enough, so what do you think that means there's an age requirement? I mean, and I doubt guys, as us, would have any luck in that environment.
Global warming.
What?
The other option would be to go to a party, meet girls, and have fun.
Everything perfect, except that nobody has invited us. Not being popular has its disadvantages. Oh, woe is me. Oh, friend. Let's see if I can remember how to do the voice. Hey! Nope. Hey! How did I do it? Hey, asshole!
Let's have a couple of matches. What do you say?
I don't think that's right.
My friend Johnny, who is also known as Steven, caught my attention while playing with the game console.
What game console?
PS4.
PS4. Rush Red. I believe that's what the game is called. A fast and quite complicated fighting game for me.
I would have normally agreed to play with him, but for some reason, I don't feel like in the mood today. I have no desire to play right now.
I replied with discouragement. I almost feel bad for doing it.
Boring. There's no rival for me.
Steven said with confidence.
That you're playing on normal difficulty does not help your argument.
I don't feel like losing, but if you want to, you can challenge to Alfred. Wait, what? But if you want, you can challenge to Alfred.
I said, leading the attention on my other friend.
I don't know how you...
Wait, are you Alfred?
I'm Alfred?
Yeah, be Alfred.
Hang on, guys, I've gotta get a voice for this. Get in the character. I don't know how to play this game. Or that.
Answered Alfred, doubting for a second.
He is sitting behind the PC, doing God knows what. But it seems that he isn't doing anything interesting, or at least what I would want to know.
The screen only shows a lot of text. I think he is in Wikipedia.
So, hey, don't you have something more fun to do?
I asked with discouragement. Again with asking with discouragement. This is the second time he has used this phrase. I don't understand what this means. Like he's discouraging them from doing whatever they want, or is this just used in an incorrect manner? I can't tell. I don't like it. Either way, so I'm gonna change it. I asked with disdain, without even thinking about what he was reading.
Alfred looks at me surprised.
I hope people can understand what that sound was meant to be.
Sounds like he was choking on her.
On a hazelnut. You forgot his voice was like, the actual problem.
The actual problem of society is that people are not interested in discovering their history.
He is one of those pseudo-intellectuals, always looking for any rare information to appear smarter than others.
When we forget our past mistakes, we are doomed to repeat them.
Cough, cough, America. Cough, cough. Ooh. Should I have said that? He added later. Oh, this is me.
What are you talking about? This village is small and its story is not interesting at all.
It went out of
You
me.
kind of remind me of that landlord on Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Get out of my neighborhood!
I can't even do it.
Oh, you again.
This neighborhood is going to...
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Nothing outside of the normal has ever happened in it.
Or you sound like a Muppet.
Alfred laughs mockingly after hearing that.
No, that can't be his laugh. Alfred has a sophisticated I think you would sound like
Angela?
I came up with his laugh.
Your ignorance is worthy of praise.
He pauses, filling his chest with pride.
Pride news. Very fact is a small town. The reason it's full of mysteries, sonny boys. Did you know? Excuse me, Axel. Did you know that 20 years ago, on this date? I think I'm catching what you.
We should not have had pizza before this. Pineapples do go on pizza.
Did you know that 20 years ago, on this date, our forefathers.
Come on, you're leaving us hanging. What happened, Alfred? What happened?
You really want to know what happened?
I wish you had a webcam so I can see your face right now.
Yes, Alfred, what happened?
Well, Steve, otherwise known as Johnny Boy.
But I'm Steve. Oh, okay. You're addressing me.
Yeah, well, 20 years ago, on this date, a man, as you may know, or you don't know since I'm telling you this, a man disappeared.
What?
Oh god, where'd our mouse go? Okay. Back of progression.
So, what about it?
I ask without being impressed or even interested in the least. You know what? I'm getting the sense that Axel is a real jerk. Like, all he cares about is going to the disco.
I think he has like a personality disorder. His voice changes tones.
I know,
Every
and
sentence.
he's got two different narrators in his head. No wonder he's so grumpy all the time.
Things like this happen all the time, in all places.
As I thought. Let me just emphasize, as I thought. You don't know the history despite living in this very place.
Alfred said while adjusting his glasses in an arrogant gesture. No, wrong voice.
There is a legend behind the disappearance. That is what I was reading.
After listening to him, I looked back at the computer screen with curiosity.
It's then that I noticed that it was not Wikipedia, but some other page.
BoobTube.com.
Come on, read this and learn a little.
Alfred said, inviting us to read what was on the screen.
Both Stephen and Johnny Boy and I moved closer to read it.
Ooh, intense. Oh, me.
Transition.
Town of Abingdon, Oxfordshire country.
1994.
Set up. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Your turn.
Who is this?
This is Steven and Axel reading the page. So go ahead.
Okay. But Axel's.
You know what? Actually, it says I came to this town, so it should be the person who wrote it. So can I make up a voice for that person?
Yeah.
Is this the... Okay.
Don't get too creative because you only need it once.
Yeah, you're right. town of Abingdon, Oxfordshire Country, 1994. I came to this town with only 4,000 inhabitants to support them in an investigation. Truth is that never in my life have I seen something this strange. I won't say your typical detective-ish nonsense that I have seen thousands of strange things in my life. I've seen many crimes, yes, some difficult to solve, but all of them were human. Even if you don't know how they managed to perpetrate the crime, you know that at least there are people like anyone else. In this case, I don't think I'm able to say the same thing. Truth is that I can't understand what happened. And how beautiful was that one?
Draw the curtain.
Oh, there's more. Oh my god, okay. I was called for the disappearance of a man named Matthew Graham.
23 years.
23 years. Single, but mingling. The last time he was seen, he was returning home from a Halloween party. What was he dressed as?
Chocolate cake.
He was dressed as chocolate cake. He looked scrumptious. He had drunk alcohol, but was still sober? I don't think that's it. I mean,
He just had a sip.
he just had a sip. Or at least, that's what witnesses said. Anyway, this is not something which can be explained with simple drunkenness. I beg to differ. A lot of things can be explained by drunkenness. He apparently got lost on his way home and decided to enter the forest called Oakwood. It had rained yesterday, so the ground was wet and muddy. We could easily find his traces, which were leading deep inside the forest. The forest called.
Hey, bro.
What? No. The forest called.
You Myron?
Stop! The forest called Oakwood. Apparently, he walked for 3 hours before stopping. I say stop, but the truth is, we don't know what happened then. Okay, so far, walking for 3 hours in the forest can be explained by drunkenness, but let's see where this goes. The track suddenly ended up in a clearing in the forest, and that's all. There was no evidence of struggle, no other trace, or pieces of clothing on the ground. Not even his cherry hat that he was wearing with his chocolate cake costume. There was no blood, no more footprints, or anything else. The depth of his last footprints and the position they were in indicated that he was still walking. No point he stood still. It was as if he had vaporized in the air with all his clothes in the middle of his walk. Obviously, I can't believe such a thing, but I can't give another explanation. The only thing I remember is that near the footprints I sensed a faint smell of rot.
Pot. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say pot too. However, there were no animal corpses nearby. It is ridiculous to think he suddenly started to decay and became Earth. In the end, the case was closed in just 3 days. With no evidence of any kind, we couldn't say anything but that he decided to escape from the village. However, while officially there was no more I could do, I couldn't sleep in peace. Thinking about what could have happened to him took away my sleep. In my mind, I thought of all sorts of theories, like maybe everything was a plan developed by Matthew, but in the end they all seemed impossible. I decided to investigate more on the issue. I searched the town for similar stories, and to my surprise, I found 4 more. All young men. The story was always the same. They walked into the forest alone, disappearing without a trace. Even more curious is that all of them disappeared on the same date, October 31st. But there's more. A detail that completely eliminates the possibility that there is a killer or kidnapper behind this. And that is the separation of the years. Roger Bacon disappeared in 1924. Mitchell Smith disappeared in 1867. Jacob Black and Edward Cullen disappeared in 1813. And the worst of all, Oswald Taylor.
Not Oswald Taylor.
Yes, he disappeared in 1707. It simply couldn't be possible. My curiosity led me to dig deeper. I thought that the answer may be in the past, the forest. It was when I discovered that what seemed to be a simple and boring forest actually had a great story. Before it was called Oakwood or Oaks Forest, the place was called Witchwood. The word witch was huge similarity with witch. The word white, maybe? The word white was huge similarity with witch. Taking into consideration that it is an old name and language changes over time, that indicates that it was the forest of witches. Apparently, more than 400 years ago, the people of the village believed witches once lived in the woods. Unfortunately, almost all the information is already lost. They were stories told in voice, without a properly written record. I just know that with the change of religion to Christian, people stopped seeing the witches with the good eyes and began to hunt them. Apparently, the last one before her death cast a curse on the forest, which even today should continue to exist. Anyway, obviously I cannot accept something like that as the answer. In the end, I have no other choice than accepting that each one of them escaped from the village, using the legend of a forest to make it look like it was something supernatural. Black screen.
Interesting story. I didn't know that such a story was hiding in this town.
I said, honestly surprised. Even if it is a lie, it managed to hold my interest.
Wait. There is one more. Or there is something more.
Alfred said at the same time he scrolls to the comments.
We read what is written
We
there.
read or we read?
Oh yeah.
No, it could be either way.
We read what is written there.
Bum, bum, bum. A couple of comments call our attention. Copy and paste this comment right now, or death will come to you on October 31st. I hate those comments.
Both of them talk about some creature.
The Loch Ness Monster. At that time, they felt a horrible fear for what could happen to them. Chlamydia.
Well, the two comments share great similarities.
But they could have been written by the same person.
There are many others that deny it,
Some call them trolls.
like PewDiePie.
Looks like many people went to the forest because of the legend, but couldn't find anything.
Dot, 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 dot.
I thought you only read these things to look more cool before the girls.
Replied Stephen as a joke.
Alfred giggles with a little shame.
Partly, yes.
He admitted it. That was a secret everybody silently knew.
Well,
You hear it from us, guys. This might be our final video.
we might not make it.
well, now we have an activity for tonight.
I feel like Steven gets more demented every time I talk to him.
Stephen said at the same time. He makes a face overflowing with enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
What?
I asked, completely lost. I thought we were just killing time.
Simple. Let's go to that forest.
Stephen replied without hesitation.
A side note, my dog hates it when I talk like Steven. He looks at me every single time. He seemed really fascinated by the story.
Are you insane?
Said Alfred, unable to believe what he just heard.
You only needed to look at his face to know he did not like the idea.
Look at his face.
Despite everything you've heard, you want to go?
Of course. It will be a test of courage among us three.
Replied Stephen as he choked full of confidence. Perhaps too much. Perhaps it was just too much for him. He should have relaxed a bit.
Don't tell me you're a chicken.
No. Why should I be afraid?
Answered Alfred. At the same time, he folds his arm, making a false gesture of security.
It's more than obvious that you're afraid, Alfred.
Almost as much when you have to talk with a girl. This poor boy. Okay, I was never a 17-year-old boy. Is this all you guys talk about is discos and girls?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Well, now I know it's accurate.
And what about you, Axel? Don't tell me you won't come.
Suddenly, Stephen asks me, at the same time looking at me mockingly.
For some reason, I wonder if these boys are ever gonna have sprites so we can see what they look like. But for some reason, I picture Steven as like,
I just picture Steven Universe. So every time when you talk
Oh,
about
really?
I don't even watch the show,
Oh,
but I just
man.
picture Steven Universe. Well, I don't know, is that his name? Is Universe his last name, or is that just the name of the show?
I don't know. I'm not into that fandom. I want to be into that fandom. I just never gave it a try. What are people in that fandom called? Universities?
Don't tell me you want to be the chicken of the group.
I hate the town.
I hate the town.
I hate the tone of voice he used.
I was born this way. Ignore my voice.
I will never give you up.
I will never let you down. I will never fall. What are the words? And hurt you.
I said without thinking, showing a confident smile and look.
Well, let's not say more. Take your coats off. On. Backpacks, flashlights, and some food.
Some food. Teenage boys.
We are going into the forest.
Steven said, full of energy.
Oh, can you do two voices at once?
Yeah. Try.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
Try again. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah! Dun it! Dun it! Dun it!
Whose turn is it?
We three said in unison, as if we were going to have some kind of orgy or private party.
Invitation only, baby.
Not really knowing what we were doing or what we were going to find. Bum, bum, bum.
Transition. 2:30.
It's not 2:30.
2:13 a.m.
Axel. Ooh, fall. I awake, completely confused, not knowing how much time had passed.
Are we in Silent Hill, guys?
My head hurts like hell, but I can't blame it.
I can't blame it. Really? You can't blame your head? Or you can't blame the reason. Like, you can't find the reason. Fortunately, the pain goes away quickly, just as my confusion.
Soon, I come back to my senses.
My flashlight is lying on the ground, shining toward the empty air.
I immediately pick it up. It was my only protection against the darkness that surrounds me.
That might be a personal problem,
Okay, guys, this will wrap up our part 2 to Trick and Treat.
Trick and treat. We still haven't met anybody besides
Yes.
the boys.
We will stop filming here to film another video.
Another video.
For what are we filming?
We're gonna play with EeveeBot.
EeveeBot.
Larry's never played with EeveeBot. I did it back in the day when it was really popular, but I want LegenLarry to be able to experience. So, we're gonna have fun with that.
Going to meet my mate.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and if you have any want, if you have anything you want us to play or make a video about, please leave it down below. And Larry, someone told me that maybe once you reach 50 subscribers, you were gonna do a what?
Guys,
Oh, Axel is
I'm not proud of this. I was gonna sell myself.
sell your soul.
sell my body. Once I reached 50 subscribers,
Highest bidder.
highest bidder. The highest bidder.
Once I get to 50 subscribers, I am going to do a giveaway.
Giveaway.
I will actually just make a video on this tomorrow, since I don't know how many people will actually stay to the end of this. But once I reach 50 subscribers, I am giving away. I'm not sure yet.
Not sure what. It depends on how long it takes to get 50 subscribers, which would depend on what you get.
Yeah. But next month, let me say I am giving away a much bigger prize.
Hopefully, we can reach 50 before that.
Hopefully we can reach 50 before that, but I am giving away Andromeda.
What? Say what?
So
Okay, so make sure you subscribe so you can get a chance to win that, and we guess we'll see you later.
We'll see you later, guys.
Bye!
Bye.